Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beardy and the Baldy channel. It is Wednesday, June 7th, 2017. I think I had the date wrong last week. Threw me off. But anyway, we're back with the new episode of Beardy's Books, where I'm going to be running through my comic haul for the week. And I'm going to just kind of run through everything real quick and spotlight a couple of the ones that really stood out to me towards the end. So get ready for a whirlwind, because it was a huge week this week. And if you didn't watch my video on Wonder Woman, it was just kind of me babbling all over the place about how really good it was. Either check it out now or just go see the movie, because it was really good and definitely worth seeing on the big screen. Okay, first up for this week is Iceman #1. This is the first issue of an ongoing series starring the current timeline, adult timeline Iceman, as he just kind of is doing his own thing. He's figuring out his place in the world with some big revelations over the last couple of years, and just kind of see how it all fits in. It was a nice issue. It was well drawn, well written. It's definitely a good X title. So if you like X-Men stuff and how they struggle individually with their place in the world, with their families and all that, Iceman is definitely one you want to check out. Also, this week was a one-shot Wonder Woman Steve Trevor special. That was a pretty cool cover, and it features comic book versions of the cast of that was in the movie. And it was pretty cool. The first couple pages, now I gotta admit, the artwork in this is good. Colored well, but the first couple pages of this were really, I don't know, the bad guys he's fighting at the beginning and some of the dialogue, it just felt, it's like, oh, hey, Steve's a dude. It felt kind of like a throwback to old things from decades ago, when you would have had something like, Lois Lane, Superman's girlfriend, and she's, I don't know. It felt a little condescending, or I don't know, immature or something in the first couple pages. But the story that passes through the rest of the issue was definitely worth checking out. So get through the first couple pages, even though the art's fantastic, and get to the rest of it is definitely worth checking out. So that's Steve Trevor Wonder Woman special. Next is the Unstoppable Wasp, the delightful newest member of the Avengers world. She is the daughter of Hank Pym from his first marriage, and she grew up in the Red Room, just like Black Widow, except she's a super smart scientist instead of just an assassin. And she doesn't want to hurt anybody. She just wants to get other girls together and be super smart geniuses together, and it's a lot of fun. It is definitely one of the most heartwarming comics you will read every time that's out on the stands. Green Arrow, Rise of Star City. In this issue, this was a pretty good, it feels like it was a conclusion to the Rise of Star City, because it says up next is, yes, it's the finale. Broken Arrow is the next, excuse me. Goodness, apologize. So this is the end of the Rise of Star City, and it was definitely a nice conclusion, yet like a lot of the DC Rebirth stuff, one conclusion just kind of sets up the next chapter. So Green Arrow #24 this week was pretty good. Good artwork. It's just everything that's been great about this series so far continues in this issue. About a month ago, we premiered the issue of Erato issue 1. This week is issue #2 of 6. This is really, really, really cool story. At times it feels like I'm watching a kind of dystopian future thriller mixed with an anime at times, just the way the storytelling and the art is done. It's a gorgeous book, beautiful artwork, as we stumble further into this world, as people are restless. There's a revolution or some sort of uprising about to start, and it's definitely worth checking out. Superman 24. we um, we finished issue 23 with the revelation of Manchester Black, and here we are in full effect in issue 24. It was a little jarring at first, at the beginning of this issue, where it picks up. It does say then at the beginning, but there was a little less context. It threw me off for a minute. It took me a couple pages to kind of figure out what was going on. But it ends up being pretty cool, explaining some of the stuff that's been going on in the Superman book lately and where things are going. And it begins... What is this? Black Dawn Chapter 5, and then next month, or next issue... well, I'm not going to say because it would be a spoiler, but yeah. Artwork storytelling continue to be great in Superman, as it does in Aquaman. It feels like, I know I was kind of complaining, I think is too strong a word, but mentioning how it felt like the stories kept going back and forth between him, you know, the people not wanting to support him and then support him in Atlantis. And this issue, as you can clearly tell from the cover, doesn't look like things are going to end well for Arthur Curry in this issue. It's clear, I do not believe he is dead by any means. I don't think that's meant to be the thought, but it's a great issue. Really cool, great artwork. I mean, check that out. Check out the Mosasaurus thing. Arthur and Mara have been the heart of this book, so I cannot wait to see them on the big screen in Justice League in November or whenever that comes out. So check out Aquaman 24, really cool, and Josh Middleton's variant covers on all of the alternate covers on these have been fantastic from the beginning, so that's why I always go with those. And next up is Champions issue 9. Yes, a very clever device on the cover. This is a story all about Vision, and it is a delightful story. I really, really enjoyed this issue. We get to meet a new character as Viv goes off on an adventure of her own to San Diego. You get to see her meet this new character, the Red Locust, which is a really cool looking... I love this design of this costume, and this character is great. I hope she comes back and we get to see more of her. This was a really fun kind of one-off issue that kind of explores a little bit of Viv's personality and history and everything. So that's Champions number 9. XMen Gold number 5, continuing a great start to this X-Men relaunches a couple months back. XMen Gold, the end of the last issue we saw these different Sentinels start to be created because Gambit stole this nano storm, this nano cloud for a Trask. I think it was Bolivar Trask's daughter. And whenever a Trask is involved and Sentinels, things never go well. I gotta say, I am loving R.B. Silva's artwork in this issue. It's very, very cool stuff. Really, really digging this. The story's great. I love Kitty as the team leader. She's doing a fantastic job calling the plays, directing the team. It feels like what they promised. This X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold feel like they're delivering new stuff, new content, new stories with familiar pieces, familiar characters, but they're doing things in new ways, and it's a lot of fun. I gotta say, 2017 might be the year Gambit finally becomes a character I enjoy seeing in comics. There's been a lot of cool stuff with him this year, and Rachel Gray's getting some great moments. Everybody gets some great moments in X-Men Gold, especially this week. So check this out if you are an X-Men fan. Well, I really kind of raced through all those. I'm down to my last comic for the week, which is good because you won't have to watch me talk for another 5 minutes. You can get on with your evening, your day, whatever it is. Go to your comic shop and buy some comics. Hopefully they have some of these if they're catching your attention. Last but not least, definitely not, is Heathen number 4. This has been a great Viking tale about a young girl named Adis who sets off to free Brynhilde from this fiery mountain that she's trapped on. and the artwork in this book continues to stun me. It's just amazing. Adis is such a likable character. As you see where she's going on her journey, you get to see her backstory told through flashback. You get to see Brunhilde does some cool stuff. But I mean, check that out. It's Brunhilde there. This is just a fantastic story, and I always forget to do this with this book. It is a great 2-page spread on the covers for all of these issues. And sadly, this is the last chapter for a while. Volume 1 comes out in July, and in August, issue 5 comes out. So the first volume is the first 4 issues. This is really good. A really, really cool comic. It's got fantasy in mythology, with the Norse gods actually being actual characters the Adis and the others get to interact with. You've got a talking horse named Saga, and you've got these Vikings and seeing their way of life. So it's somewhere between mythology and the show Vikings, or the Vertigo series Northlanders from a couple years ago, which I'll have to do a video on those at some point when I finish reading them myself. But there it is, Beardy's books for the week of June 7th, 2017. Lots of good stuff in my list this week. Let me know what you're reading. Post some comments below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, hopefully we've got some special reviews this weekend. I got a special guest coming from out of town, so hopefully he will agree to be in some videos with me, and I'll catch up some stuff and just some general geekery going on. And there it is. So head out to your local comic shop. If you are in central Pennsylvania, check out Comics Connection in Mechanicsburg and York for some great staff, great people, great comic shop. And we'll see you next time here on the Beardy and the Baldy channel.